Hey, honey, how was your day at school?
It was pretty good.
Did you learn anything new?
Yeah, we learned about how some redcoats were completely unfair to the colonists in Boston. It led to a terrible incident.
Who were the Redcoats and what happened that was so terrible?
They were military men fighting for King George III.
Why were they fighting against the people of Boston?
King George III wanted the colonists to pay taxes to help pay for the French and Indian War, even though they no longer lived in England.
Oh, yeah, I remember talking about this in school. The colonists did not have anyone in England to represent their interests, so King George III just gave the colonists tax after tax to pay. The colonists called it taxation without representation. Why were the British soldiers in Boston? There wasn't even a war at that time.
They were in Boston to help enforce King George III's laws and taxes. The colonists viewed it as a threat and didn't like the soldiers watching their every move. Anyway, the colonists were angry with the redcoats, and on March 5th of 1770, the colonists threw snowballs at the British soldiers.
That doesn't sound very nice.
The snowballs, sticks, and stones really hurt the British soldiers when one hit them.
I know the British soldiers held off from retaliation as long as possible, and they even called in for backup so it didn't have to become violent.
Well, it didn't work because eventually the British shot an unarmed colonist. 3 men were killed. The first patriot killed was a man by the name of Crispus Attucks. He was a free African American.
What is a patriot?
A patriot is a person who wanted to be independent of British rules.
Oh, so people like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, and Paul Revere.
Exactly. The Boston Massacre is one of the many problems between the British and Patriots. This event, along with an unfair taxes, the Boston Tea Party, led to the creation of Declaration of Independence. After that document was created and sent to King George III, there was no turning back.
Created using Powtoon.